So all the... Oh, you fucker.
Something so soothing about wet sanding.
I'm missing one. Ooh. Look at that fucking color. That's just plumb crazy. Time for some experimentation. I bought this little piece of sheet metal here just to try some stuff on. I'm going to paint it just like I normally would. A couple coats of primer, sand it, clean it, a couple coats of base coat, and then I'm going to start getting into the paint scheme I'm trying to do on the chopper. I want to practice a couple times before I actually go into doing it. I have plenty of primer and stuff, so I'm going to go ahead and try this out. And of course starting with the primer. But first I need to sand this down to about, what is this, 180? Yeah, 180 grit. Clean it up, get it mixed up, pour it in the gun. Hopefully this turns out the way I want it to turn out, the way I envision it turning out. So we're going to go ahead and get started here. Okay, so the primer is completely dried. I went ahead and hit it with a quick 180 grit sandpaper. The base coat I'm using calls for 500 grit wet prior to spraying. So I got a little cup here with some 500 grit wet. I'm just gonna go ahead and hit this real quick. The first base coat I'm doing is a silver metallic base. We'll see how that looks. Basically, I'm going to be doing the silver, taping off panels, and then hitting it with purple. Going to be airbrushing some details over that in black. So it's basically going to be purple panels, silver borders, black detail. It's kind of the scheme that I'm going for, kind of the scheme I have in my head. And then I got some different colored metal flake from Paint Huffer that I'm going to try out, see which one I like the best. So I got two different colors. I'm probably going to do one half in that color and one half in the other color, just to see how everything looks. That is going to be good for the wet sanding. Alright, so now I'm going to mix up an ounce of the paint and an ounce of the reducer. Put a couple good coats on. So I got the base coat laid down. This is just a normal silver. The actual color is Chrysler Bright Silver. I just picked a nice glossy, almost metal-like silver base coat, and that's what I got. So now I'm going to be sectioning off the panels to do the practice airbrushing and find the design I want. I got a couple different tapes here, a couple different thicknesses. Of course, I have regular painter's tape, probably about an inch wide, and then going down to about a ½ inch. And this is vinyl tape, 1/4 inch, and then I think it's 1/8 and 1/16 of an inch. But yeah, I'm going to be pulling some ideas from the internet and trying to get a rough idea of what I want on here. All right, let's get our brain juices flowing and see what we can come up with. Okay, yeah, nothing fancy for a design. Just laid a couple of lines down to have some panels to practice the actual designs I want. So the next step here is going to be to lay down the base coat of purple, which is going to be the main color on this bike. And then I'm going to go back through, do a little bit more taping around the borders of these. So there's a silver and then a purple, and then there's going to be the black airbrush fading into the other parts. So we're going to get some purple mixed up real quick, get it sprayed on a couple coats, and then go from there. I'm excited to see this purple too. It's Chrysler's Plum Crazy Purple from like the 60s and 70s. It's a pretty fucking sweet purple, going for like a real retro look here. And I think I'm gonna get it pretty well on this. Man, what a color. Continuing the paint here, so this is the base color. Well, I guess the second base coat, the primary color, is going to be this Plum Crazy Purple. These spots you see here, that's from the vinyl tape. Of course, it's going to get peeled off, so that's not going to be there when the final job is there. This stuff actually went on really well. Like, I'm sure this camera's not doing it much justice, but it looks pretty fucking sweet. It's got a nice metallic look to it that complements that silver. What I'm going to do now, all the taping that I previously did before I put this on, I'm going to go over it again with something a little bit thicker. So that way, when I do the airbrushing, it'll have a silver border, a purple border. Actually, it'll be silver on the main part right here, and then this will be black, and then purple, and then it'll be purple fading into black in each panel. So that's my thought process. Whether that's going to work, I don't know. That's why I'm here. I'm just experimenting. We're gonna go ahead and get started on taping the rest of this up. I did 3 panels here, again, not equal, just eyeballed everything, just doing some testing. It's going to be a lace pattern, the sunray pattern, the lotus petal pattern. And again, airbrushing something I've never done, so that's going to be fully experimental as well. I finally got an airbrush, a little compressor that I'm borrowing from a friend, almost everything I need to get all the practice done. I'm still waiting on my stencils from Stick It Stencils. They're taking their sweet ass time shipping my stuff. But here's the lace I'm working with. If you can't tell from over there, this is Skull and Rose lace. That's going to be one of the main designs on the tank. And then I'm working on some sun rays, which I've already done a little bit of practice on, and I kind of fucked them up. I'm going to try again and get it on video, because all the other practice I was a little too excited and didn't get any on video. So that's what I'm going for with the sunbeams, obviously minus that little fuck up right there. There's going to be probably 2 or 3 panels maybe on the tank that are going to be this design. Most of the big ones are going to be skull lace design, so I'm going to do... So that's basically what that's going to look like. So it's going to be some panels like this, some panels like that, and then the other one I'm still waiting on is the lotus petals. This one's super easy, super straightforward. This one's a little bit trickier, so I'm going to practice a couple more with this. Alright, so here's some of the stuff I've got done on the purple, or the rays. Like I said, I screwed it up a little bit. I think I made them too close together, so they don't look very good. That corner shit looks fucking awesome right there. I think that's what I'm probably gonna go with in the panels. But so far, this lace down here and the pedals, or the sun rays I just did, are probably my favorite so far. Hopefully this shit comes in soon so I can get this all done, and then I can actually start painting the tank, wherever the hell it's at. Oh, over here. I went ahead and pulled all the tape off. You see the silver lines and then the hard purple lines. Not 100% set on this design yet. We'll see how it looks after the flake. I got two things of flake from them. One is purple haze, and the other is called snow cone. Purple haze is exactly how it sounds. It's like a deep purple. I'll do a close-up of this in a minute. And the snow cone is like a mix of purple, blue, looks like red, maybe a little bit of orange or something. But it's more of a multicolor. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tape down the middle. I'm going to cover up one whole side and do that in the purple. And then let it dry. After I get the amount of flake I want, after I tape this side off, I'm going to do the other side in the other flake, the snow cone flake, and see which one I like the best.